So today we're going to eat and answer questions. Okay. So I'm going to eat first. First question. So the first question is by B, and it is, what is the one song that gives you chills and why? FYI, I did not read most of these questions, so I didn't have time to think about them. So that's a good question, B. Gives me chills and why? I would have to say spiritually it would be that song, I wanna burn for you, only for you. Oh my gosh, I love that song. I forgot the name of it and who it's by, but it literally gives me the chills. Like, I would literally sing it and cry. And another one is by the group is, I think, Hilltop, and it's called It's Always a Different Song. I would say the song before that gives me the chills is the song by Brandy, Tamia, and some others, Missing You. My brothers passed around that time, and every time I hear it, it really touches me. I don't even like to listen to it, to be honest with you. So that's my songs that literally gives me chills. The next question. How many kids? This is from Connie Alley. I hope I'm saying that right. How many kids do you have? I have 3. I have my niece that I raised ever since she was 3 when my brother and her mother passed. And then I have a son and a daughter who are only a year and 7 months apart. No, they're 17 months apart. Yeah, so a year and 5 months apart. And they are now 21 and 23, and my niece is 26. What do your husband do? I don't have a husband. I broke up with my children's father about 14-15 years ago. Tell us your fan about your family. I think it means tell us something about your family. We're very, very close. I tell my kids everything. I talk to them about everything. Nothing is off limits. That's just the way I raised them. And it works out pretty well. They still know who mom is. They still respect me as mom, but they know they can talk to me about anything, and they do. The next is from Udarella. What's a type of ice that you have always wanted to try that you haven't tried yet? The only type of ice that I haven't tried yet is snow. I have never tasted snow. Never really had a chance to. It doesn't really snow out here. Next is from Melanie Beckles. On average, how many times a day do you eat ice? I used to eat ice all day. Whenever I ate, I would eat ice to clean my palate. Especially when watching movies. And with my daughter, we used to sit and eat ice together every day, all the time. Now she just sits and eats it in my face because I vowed to only eat ice for the videos because I didn't want to overdo it. So that's why you'll see me sometimes doing 2 and 3 videos a day, and that's because I'm really fiending ice, but I will only do it if I'm doing a video. strong gift from God. If you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you go? It's weird because I'm not really a traveling person, even though I travel a lot. I know that's weird, but I grew up where my parents took us on trips all the time. And so I raised my kids the same way, and we've been everywhere. I've taken them to Disney World, Bahamas, Belize, Mexico, Florida, Chicago, Mississippi. We've been, of course, we go back and forth to New Orleans all of the time. We've been to many places. Not that I love to travel, but I want them to experience it, and I want to give them that exposure. I'm not really the type who like has to travel. I think it's nice, but it's not really a big one of mine. I don't know why. It's whatever. But if I could pick any place, it would probably be Africa, and I think I would love to go to Europe. From Mar, M-A-R. With you being consistent in posting contents for over a few years, have you ever get the feeling to stop taking requests and just upload videos of your own choice? I do. So a lot of times you'll see request in the number, but then sometimes you won't see request in a title because it's not a request. I decided, I think it was after I reached 500, I decided to start doing some videos that I want to do and not just stick to requests. So I did do that. Have you ever felt overwhelmed from cutting down on uploads? That's a funny story. Okay, so yes, so what I'll do is I'll eat a whole lot of ice, right? Where it's like a lot, like a platter or a buffet. And it's good and I'm enjoying it. But it's like at the end, it's about probably 2 minutes too much. And then I'm like, oh, I'm not eating ice no more today. And I promise you an hour later, I want more ice. So I feel overwhelmed sometimes, but it's literally very temporary. Sky, do you think, in your opinion, eating powdery or shaved ice in public would be weird? And why? Would be weird for them. And why? It probably is. I love you lots. I love you too, little sis. It probably is weird for them, but I don't care. Like, I've been eating ice since forever. And when I eat it, so I started in New Orleans, of course, because that's where I was born and raised. And we have snowball shops all over because that's one of the things we're known for. And I would go up and just say I want a snowball without syrup. And they would give me the ice and I'd walk around chewing the ice. Didn't care. It's shaved, powdery ice. And I'd eat it. Don't care. Don't care what anyone thinks, if it's weird or not. I eat ice. But yeah, sometimes people look at you like you're crazy, sis. I don't care. What do you do for fun? Do you plan on introducing different content, food, etc.? And this is from Melissa Hides. For fun, I love movies. Oh my gosh, I love movies. I can eat movies I can watch movies all day long. And it doesn't matter. My daughter makes me watch scary movies, so I watch it with her because we have movie night every Friday. And where we watch a new movie. Every day when I get home from work, I watch a movie. Either by myself, but most times it's with my daughter. I love cartoons. I love Disney movies. I probably love those. Probably they're probably my second favorite. My first favorite are suspenseful thriller type movies. Not scary, but like psychological thrillers. I love psychological thrillers. And then my second would be cartoons or Disney movies. And then my third would be comedy. It takes a lot to make me laugh. A lot. Like if I go to a comedy show and I laugh, you are really funny. I don't know why I'm like that. I just am. And then thriller. I think thriller and comedy is probably tied. And horror is last. I literally only watch it with my daughter. For my daughter. But I cannot watch those at night. I have to watch them in the morning or I'll go to sleep thinking about the movie and I can't sleep. Oh, and I love to play basketball and I love to swim. Uh-oh. Okay. From Broken Princess Edits. Why did you start eating ice and what's the reaction of your friends and relatives? Good question. So I started eating ice when I was about 13 or 14. And to be really open with you guys, it was the way I coped. So I was going through a lot, with my brothers being sick and knowing that one day soon they'd be passing. And so to calm my nerves, not even realizing it, I would eat on ice, and then I would eat on the Big Q ice from the freezer. Like I would take it right out of the freezer and just eat it. Or if I was at someone's house, probably my grandmother's, I would scrape the freezer frost out of the deep freezer and eat it. People thought I was crazy, but it really calmed me. So that's why and when I started eating ice. And the reaction, everyone, especially back then, they thought I was crazy. Especially my friends, my parents, everyone. Everyone thought I was crazy. But, I mean, it is what it is. It's Shansum. Except ice, what is your other addiction? What is another addiction? That's a good one. Daydreaming, maybe? I daydream a lot. And chocolate. Yeah, that's it. Chocolate. Latoya, how do you deal with tongue burn? Also, the details on your freezers, if you don't mind sharing. Of course, I don't mind. My tongue only burns when I'm eating ice that I am stuffing in my mouth. Like it's too much at one time, like the big balls. When I start chewing on it and it's a whole lot in my mouth, that's the only time my tongue burns. Like today, didn't burn at all. As a matter of fact, I wish I would have brought more ice. But yeah, only when it's a whole lot, and it doesn't last long. So, and when I'm done, it goes away. And my freezers. So I have freezers I have a tall freezer, deep freezer that I had in my house, but it broke, and I got that one from Sears, which is not open anymore. And then the ones with all the freezer frost in it now are called Winter, WHYNTER, and they're from Amazon. And I have a big one and a small one, and they all produce pretty good freezer frost. Who is your inspiration? And this is from Celia. Who is your inspiration? You feel that when at a time when you don't feel like posting a video, your least favorite food, your favorite places that you haven't visited but want to. What would you do if you get no ice for 2 days? Good question. So, who is my inspiration? My mom. I'm not going to say I don't know how she coped with what she went through, because she didn't just have to bury my brothers. She had to raise them knowing that they were going to die, that their lives would not be long. And there was 2 of them. And so they died when they were 23 and 27. And at the time, she didn't know when their lives would come to an end. So it was every day not knowing. And her strength amazes me still till today. I love you, mommy. You feel like a time when you don't post in a video? Yes. I get really lazy on Saturdays, right? Saturdays is my time to just relax from the week, from the brain, the thinking, because my job is a whole lot of thinking and, just a whole lot of legal work and legal terms and project management work, and I just like to, and then I check on my parents and my granny throughout the week and Not to mention coming home and doing home and dealing with my son and my niece when I have to. So Saturdays is just a day I like to not do anything if I can, and that includes eating ice. But of course, I wind up fiending for it, so I wind up eating it and posting the video anyway. Your least favorite food? It's a lot of things I don't like. I'm very picky. But you're gonna say my least? Oh my gosh. I hate mushrooms, and I hate pickles. Your favorite places that you haven't visited but want to? Africa, Europe. What would you do if you get no ice for 2 days? I've went a few days without eating ice. Especially that 7-day fast that I took last year. It's okay. I don't. If I'm not going through anything where I'm fiending for it or I need to calm my nerves, I'm okay. We're almost done. Shrima Sethi, love your name. My question is, what is your second favorite thing to do after eating ice? My second favorite is watching movies. No, I can say spending time with all 3 of my kids at one time. We're so close. We would always be together. We went to the movies together, played basketball together, went swimming together. We did everything together. And this is the first year. This is my first year to where we're not living in the same home. Just me and my daughter. My niece moved out last year. My son moved out last year, and it's a change. It's a huge change. Everything Destiny. If you could only listen to one song for the rest of your life, what would it be? Do you watch reality TV shows? I do not watch reality TV shows. I hate them. And well, I'm lying. I did like the Netflix show. It was not Love at First Sight, but it's like when they are behind the wall and they kind of fall in love and then they see each other after they propose. I forgot the name of that, but it was on Netflix. It's the only thing I watched, and I'm very surprised I watched that. If you could only listen to one song for the rest of your life, what would it be? One song. Jeez, you're killing me. I don't know. I would say it would be I have no idea. That's hard as crap. I love songs. Oh my gosh, I love songs. Especially rap. I love rap songs and R&B and if I could only listen to one, just one. Trying to make it quick. I'm sorry I didn't think about these before. I wanted them to be a surprise. I have no idea. That is so hard. Sis, that is so hard. I have no idea. I can't even answer that question. Mohammed Kershid. I hope I said that right. How you eat ice in one day? I got cold. And you do it regularly. That's so funny. I don't get cold. I don't know why. I do not get cold unless it's like a whole lot, and that's not often. So I don't get cold. This one is funny, y'all. Sammy Mary, have you ever eaten a girl's cookie? No. And we're gonna move on. And I think that's it. Let me make sure. But that's it, guys. Thank y'all for the questions. Sorry I was all over the place. Like I said before, I wanted them to be a surprise. The one that I did remember out of all of them, from the top of my head, was, did you ever eat a girl's cookies? Like, really? That is funny. No. Love y'all. Bye.